everyone, I'm Madison the Book Nerd and welcome to my book nook. Today I'll be going over my August/September TBR list. So the reason I'm going to be doing 2 months instead of 1 is because I am a slow reader and I tend to procrastinate. For example, like one of the books that I will be showing you guys today, I have started reading and I'm already a day behind. And so for me, this is kind of a way to really pace out my reading. Of if I could manage 2 books in a month, that should be pretty doable, especially because one of them is a pretty short book. And they are, again, I'm really interested in them. And so, again, this is for me, I'm just kind of showing more of a realistic kind of TBR kind of reading list, where for me, this will be more manageable, especially with kind of my other responsibilities that will be coming up. So hopefully it'll go well. So the first book, also just kind of another thing of I do have notes that I'll be referring to, so if I see me looking down, that's why. So the first book that I will be reading that I've actually started to would be The Long and Faraway Gone by Berney. So this book I'm actually reading for one of my classes for my MFA program. And so this book I do need to read it, and I figured why not read it in preparation for the class and kind of share my thoughts on it with you guys. So the book is a crime fiction novel, and it follows the 2 characters, Wyatt and Juliana. And so the book opens up with 2 crimes that happen in their hometown, Oklahoma City. So in the summer of 1986, 2 tragedies occur. The first is a movie theater burglary where 6 of the employees end up dead. And then the second tragedy that happens is that Juliana's big sister, Genevieve, is found ends up missing, and both cases have not been solved. And so it kind of goes through these instances these tragedies that have happened, and follows Wyatt, who is a private investigator, and Juliana, Genevieve's sister, and follows these 2 characters trying to unravel these stories and try to figure out, or unravel these cases and try to figure out who was behind them and try to solve them. And it follows, again, as it says, like, as their cases become more complicated and dangerous, it just kind of showcases all these different things that'll happen. So I'm really excited to read this, and it seems really interesting at first too, for the little bit that I've read already so far. So I'm really excited to see how this one goes. So yeah, that is the first book. The second book that I will be reading is The Cybernetic Tea Shop by Meredith Katz, and I'm really excited for this one. This one, I figured I'd add a short, I'd add a novella to my TBR list for the next 2 months, just because it'll be a nice quick read. It's pretty big, big size text. I guess not big, but like it's not small text, so it should be a pretty quick read, which will be, I think, a nice break, especially between, again, kind of trying to get through these books and then also kind of completing my other tasks that I know I have to do. And so this book is about Clara, oh gosh, I'm gonna so not say her name right, so apologies ahead of time for that. It follows Clara Gutierrez, who is an AI repair technician. It follows her work there, and it is set in, as the back says, a retrofuturistic America. So it's kind of like a steampunk kind of book too. So it follows Clara, who's, again, an AI repair technician, and Sal, who is a fully autonomous robot. And it shows these 2 coming together in Sal's shop, where she is running the place even after her master has died. And so it's following kind of these 2 coming together. And especially, it is an LGBTQ plus book, so it's, as far as I can guess, it sounds like these 2, it's a romance between these 2, so I'm really excited to see how that goes, and kind of just to see too how they help each other and kind of see how that goes. So I'm really excited for this book too. The next book that I will be reading is My Mother, She Killed Me, My Father, He Ate Me. It's an anthology of kind of fairy tale retellings. It's edited by Kate Bernheimer, and it has some authors such as Neil Gaiman, Kevin Brockmeyer, Amy Bender, Kelly Link, Francine Prose, and just a a lot of really good authors that I've both read before and I'm actually really excited to read from. And so again, it's just an anthology of fairy tale retellings. And so the really cool thing with this book is that for the table of contents, it shows, whoops, just to make sure that it's seen pretty good. So it shows who the author is, the name of the piece, and then also where the fairy tale that's based off of and where that's from, and then gives just about the first kind of sentence of the story as kind of just like kind of showing an example of like what's to anticipate. And there's a lot. It goes, so we have like Russia, Germany, Norway. There's a lot of different fairy tales that these authors pull from. But yeah, so I'm really excited to read this and share it with you guys too. The last book that I will be reading is Meander, Spiral, Explode, Design Pattern and Narrative by Jane Alison. So this is a writing craft book that I am super, super excited to read. It, again, just for transparency's sake, I have started it before, and so I'm just hoping to finish it for between now and September. And so I'm really excited though for this book because it definitely is talking about things that I am really experimenting with in my own writing. I'm really excited to see how this can help, especially with kind of how to be maybe more creative with the work I'm doing and trying kind of a new way to think about things. So I'm really excited to read this and kind of see what advice that she gives and kind of what takeaways I'll grab from this. So yeah, those are all the books that I'm really excited to read for August and September. I'm really excited to share too kind of how that experience has gone and kind of give those reviews for you guys too when that time comes. I will do a monthly wrap up at the end of August just to share kind of my progress, how far I've come, and kind of maybe give those initial reviews, so maybe then that kind of last video for September won't be so big, but we'll see how that kind of goes. Yeah, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and that you guys enjoy some reading too and some self-care time. Bye.